Evaluation Part 1 continued. This shot fades in from black, as did all the other shots from the piece of footage. This shot is shorter again than the one beforehand, therefore there has been an emphasis throughout the teaser trailer on the time running out, and brings with it the climax. All the filters from the past pieces of footage of this shot are still carried on. The shot then fades out to black, leaving the audience awaiting more relevant scenes from the film. This shot is in the trailer to gain female audiences. This is because the main character is topless. By doing this, we are hopefully extending this film to more people. This isn't the only shot in the trailer to hopefully grip the female audience. The shot of the memory scene. It could be seen as romantic, adding an element of romance to the film, so couples would be more likely to go see the film together. A scene with the main character topless is a very conventional element to an action film. For example, Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. This shot then fades into the next scene. This shot is of the main character's girlfriend tied up in a confined area. We use an enclosed small area because it represents being trapped and alone. It can make you feel claustrophobic. The lighting we used also emphasises this because the walls towards the camera are dark, and the shadow that she casts because the light is directly on her, making her the focus because she's the only one in there. We also specifically chose what she was wearing for a purpose: Indian clothing. This breaks conventions of the stereotypical blonde damsel in distress, which is a big element to our film. This being because we used a dark-skinned, unshaven male as our main character, when convention should be a white with dark brown hair and clean-shaven male. For example, there was a big uproar when Daniel Craig became James Bond because he has blonde hair. This shot then fades into the next shot. For this shot I used a Dutch angle. The reason for me doing this is because it shows an emotional or psychological imbalance, therefore teasing the audience with the plot line. For this shot, we got our main character to sit in a London taxi on the phone. The reasoning behind this was as follows. London taxis are a very British icon and very recognisable. Our film is a typical nitty-gritty British film, therefore we follow the conventions and stereotypes of the British. The reason the main character is on his phone is because we wanted to add an element of technology to our film/film trailer, so it gives it a 21st century feel rather than classic and old. Therefore we conform to a lot of conventions with the technology side of things, but we kept it to a minimum with only the phone to give a feeling of manpower and determination rather than just a man relying on his gadgets and equipment. So we developed on a convention to best fit our film and specification points. This shot then fades into the next scene. This shot is of the main character chasing after the bad guy. This is the second time we see a scene like this. I felt the teaser trailer needed this running scene because it reinforces the feeling of action and direction to the film, what it's leading to, the climax. Another reason we did this was because it was too dangerous to have an explosion scene in the trailer, so we decided on just increasing the pace rather than feeling the need for people's want of explosions. Again, this running scene is very conventional, not only because of the way that pace is gained through the use of it, but because we still aren't revealing the bad guy's identity fully, making the audience want to keep watching and becoming more interested in the plot and the film in general. This shot then fades into the next scene. The next shot is of the main character walking out of St. Paul's Cathedral, which we used as the secret agent HQ, because the way we used the angle of the camera only made it look like a grand building, that was busy. The reason for us using this scene was so that the audience could see he was associated with powerful people, because the building naturally makes you think of this. This scene is one of the most conventional elements to our film teaser trailer, because all secret agent films have a HQ for the agent, and they are all modern and grand looking and not run down. This is why we chose to use London as our location when we shot the footage. The location we used is also very conventional. This is because London is the capital of England and amazingly busy and iconic. When you think of a British secret agent film, you naturally think of it being based in the capital city. This shot then fades into the next scene. This sequence of small, fast shots has been done to create pace and excitement to the film and teaser trailer. The footage is very effective, but it is the music that really makes the scene stand out, as you can see on our final piece. We wanted to tease the audience with pieces of footage that would be from the film, but with the air of mystery as well, because the shots end fast.